This is News 6 Tonight. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of News 6 Tonight. Hopefully you're having a great evening. Grab a cold one. We've got interesting stuff for you tonight.
Are you encouraging people to drink while they watch this?
You can't have a cold Pepsi? I mean, what is it? Why does your mind go to the gutter with this?
A drink is not gutter talk.
You know,
I mean,
it's nighttime. People want a little nightcap. It's a free country. I say that as somebody who doesn't drink. Hi, my name is Matt Austin. I come from a family of rabid alcoholics. So no, I'm encouraging you to drink at home.
Wow, I'm going to move this along. I'm Ginger Gadsden. No, it's nice. And people should relax as they do this. And I hope that they are, you know, you don't have to sit down and watch it. You can kind of, if you're doing stuff in the background, we try to keep it respectful because we know that you may have little ears in the room, but sometimes we can't because the news dictates what we talk about. And sometimes what we talk about is really difficult stuff. And tonight we start with something like that. We knew about this story last night and heard the press conference from Volusia County, from Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood. And when he was talking about it last night, a deputy was shot. They were doing a call on somebody who they thought was a vandalism call. They show up at this house in Deltona and they are met with gunfire. And you don't expect that when you go for it, because a vandalism call seems like, okay, let's just go and talk to this person and see what's up. But apparently the suspect in this case just met them with a barrage of bullets at the door. And if that deputy, according to the sheriff and some other people, had not been wearing his body cam, we might be talking. Yeah, we might be talking about a different story tonight. And we finally got to see step by step how it all played out. I can't remember the last time someone had a news conference like this where they played it in the body cam footage in its entirety and talked to you and walked you through the whole thing, where you could see minute by minute what was going on. It gave me chills at some point because we did it live during our 3 o'clock.
It was as it happened and then after it happened, how they got him to the hospital.
In real time. It was crazy how this happened. So our Volusia County Community Correspondent Molly Reed takes a look at this video and walks us through it.
Volusia investigators got a call from Luis Diaz-Polanco's mother Monday that Polanco damaged her friend's car in a violent fit that morning. Deputies Jose Rivera and his trainee, Deputy Jacob Gomez-Lopez, then went to Polanco's home on Candler Drive in Deltona to question him. Polanco answered for a moment, then slammed the door and rushed to the back of the house. The sheriff says he returned just moments later, opening fire. Deputy Gomez-Lopez's video shows him run around the corner, but you see Deputy Rivera get hit.
Give me another tourniquet, please.
A bullet smashed his body camera on his chest and ricocheted through his shoulder. The sheriff says Rivera was also shot in the thigh. Polanco was not hit when Rivera shot back at him. Polanco is now facing attempted murder of law enforcement charges. He's being held in the jail without bond. The sheriff says his mom warned them that he had bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and didn't take his medication. Now, the sheriff says they are still looking at Polanco's criminal and mental health history to determine if he was even allowed to have a gun. That's a question we're still asking them to and hope to get answers to here soon. We're told that trainee that was with Deputy Rivera had only been on the job for 8 days in the field when this happened. The sheriff says they are working with him too. Deputy Rivera is expected to be released from the hospital tomorrow. I'm your Volusia County Community Correspondent Molly Reed, News 6.
Now, Sheriff Chitwood opened the news conference by letting us know that Deputy Rivera was going to be okay because he had chicken and waffles and was watching SpongeBob in the hospital.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
He's doing fine.
Tough dude, huh?
My goodness, when you see all that blood streaming down his arm, you know that he took a direct hit. And apparently, this guy, not Googled, I keep saying Google because we're used to that, but he asked AI if he can shoot someone who shows up on his property. He did that on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And here we are just, a couple of weeks later, him doing something just like that. It's just frightening. And that's why these deputies and law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line every day, when they leave home, they truly don't know if they're going to come back that same night. And that's what's so frightening. Life comes at you real time.
As someone who sits here and sifts through headlines every day, I feel like it became white noise when we talked about mental health. It was like this political battle.
Yeah.
You say it's like, oh, guns, mental health. You couldn't say one or the other. Like outside of politics and everything, we have had so many stories that seem to link back to a person having a mental health crisis. We had a guy slash a 13-year-old's throat. We had a guy murder 3 random people. We've had this guy just try to murder this police officer.
This is all in a
outside
span
his
of
home.
weeks from each other.
I mean,
days, it seems like.
Yeah, the year 2026, for me as a news anchor, covering this community and seeing things happen, appears to be, we have mental health crises around here. We have people who should be getting some help, and they're just not. Where is the help? Is it there? These are, I don't know. It's just, we seem to keep on covering the same story.
No, I know, and we're going to keep on covering it until people really take it seriously. But it seems like the issue with this guy is he did not like taking his medication. And I've known people in the past, and we've done stories in the past, where people feel fine, and that's the trip up. You feel great, you feel like yourself, and so you all of a sudden don't need your medicine anymore. Because if you have a headache, you don't when your headache's gone, you don't take the pill anymore. You don't take the, the Aleve or ibuprofen or Tylenol, whatever you're taking for a headache. You don't take it every day to prevent the headache. So once your headache is gone, you stop taking it. So once these people start feeling like themselves and normal, or whatever is considered normal for them, they stop taking the pill that helps them be in society functioning as a good citizen.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. So who can monitor those people?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, who's checking on them? If they're not taking their meds, if they refuse, what do you do with them? You Baker Act them. That's a couple of days.
Yeah, they're out
Many
again.
of them have been Baker Acted in the past. They just get back out. It's just a frustrating situation to sit here and watch. No lawmaker I see seems to be coming up with any answers here.
Well,
And,
if you're looking
it's
for,
frustrating.
a flag to pick up and carry to the State House,
This might be a good one.
Let me suggest that
Yeah,
one.
I don't know. I mean, just sitting here reading the tea leaves, it seems to be a real issue across
It really
our
is. And it will impact us in some way at some point.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
All of us.
All right. Now, let's catch a creeper.
Wow.
Can we catch a creeper?
I just said this show could be family friendly. We try to be careful.
I know
but
some
that's
nights
what
were very family friendly. We had a little blood in that last story. There's a pretty jarring stuff. But this is family friendly, as we like to catch creepers on this show. Okay, so let's take a look at some video or picture of a guy in some saggy red pants. I know there aren't too many people around here running around in these red pants.
You know those red pants if you have a friend who wears them. It's like, hey, that's
it's like,
so-and-so.
Hey, that's red pants guy. He's a little weird, okay? So a guy, according to police, approached kids at a local park, made vulgar, nasty comments to them, little kids, exposed himself.
It's awful.
Did that whole thing. This was at Mike Kirby Park in Sanford, steps away from Bentley Elementary School. And then a lady, some moms were around. They snapped a picture of this guy as he unathletically ran away. So take a good look at that outfit, and then let's listen to this story from our community correspondent, Catherine Silver.
I saw my son coming towards me, and I asked him, like, what's going on, because I could see that he was very hesitant.
Jill Marotti says he approached her son, who is with Laura Dixon's daughter.
I said, are you okay? Are you scared? And he goes, yeah, that guy is weird. He had opened up his waistband, pulled it out, and told the kids to come over and look at it and touch it.
Marotti says it was brazen and in broad daylight, just before 11:30 on a Sunday morning.
My son got upset and told me he was going to call the cops. And he said, you don't have any idea on my identity. You don't know who I am, and I plan on dyeing my hair this week.
The park is right next to an elementary school. Across the street is the neighborhood Marotti says she watched him run to after she started recording. Marotti says he looked like a teenager.
He was vaping or smoking, so I figured, oh, maybe he just left home to come over here and sneak and do that. I didn't realize what his intentions actually were.
You're supposed to be able to trust that your child can go play on the playground.
Yeah,
so
you
look
should.
for a guy with dyed hair who once in a while wears red pants. And strange, creepy story. This is somebody that you want to catch quickly because
oh my gosh,
we see stories like this. This can
escalate.
This
it
kind
can
of
escalate.
behavior.
And you
That's
don't
disgusting
want
enough.
your child exposed to something like that. And that's why we tell you about these stories. So police are asking you if you recognize that guy, and I think a lot of people would recognize that stance, those pants, and all the other things that go along with that. Please give them a call, because whatever you can do to help get him off the streets and not harming children would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay, so another story we have. We slug them in our rundown and it show. This one's video voyeurism, but it's a bill. I like this one. This is a good one, because you expect everyone has a phone these days and they're always recording. And you see, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and people are like, "Get that out of my face!" And it's like, "I can record you because you're in public." You have some sort of expectation of privacy when you are on your own property, or like say in your own yard. You don't want someone shooting you through your window, that sort of thing, right? You expect that. And so there is a bill working its way through right now where they are looking at, okay, what is allowed and what is not allowed, and what's considered reasonable expectations of privacy. Our Stephanie Rodriguez takes a look at where that bill stands right now and what it entails.
The bill would revise the definition of reasonable expectation of privacy when it comes to digital voyeurism. It would add privately fenced yards to the places a person can believe they have total privacy, enough to disrobe without being worried that someone is viewing or recording them. The change making it illegal to secretly view, record, or broadcast someone in these areas. Senator Jason Pizzo, who is sponsoring the bill, believes Floridians deserve an expectation of privacy on their property.
All of my neighbors at home and here in Tallahassee have cameras, but we all have a sort of an agreement and expectation that they're pointed at areas and lanes and side areas and alleyways on intrusions to their property, not to spy and be creepy with each other.
Penalties would increase from first-degree misdemeanors for first-time offenses to third-degree felonies for repeat offenders. Enhanced penalties would apply if the offender is in a position of authority or trust, like a caregiver or employer. If the bill passes, the updated law would go into effect July 1st of this year. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
I think there are a lot of good things about that. My question is, I would assume that it would cover drones too, because sometimes you're in your own backyard and you hear that sound and you know someone's flying a drone over your...
Yeah, that's weird and creepy. So is it specifically for the backyard? Because I have a question about this. Like, we cover stories quite a bit where we'll go onto the sidewalk and say... something happened in a home. We shoot the home. People come out and say, "Hey, I don't want you taking pictures of my house." Well, you can see this.
You're
from
on the
road,
sidewalk, yeah.
So you don't really,
But if you go over the fence, like you don't step on there, don't go over their lawn.
In your backyard, in your own pool, you should have some expectation of privacy.
I would hope so. I think that's what it covers. But I
have
feel
to take
like
a look at that one. I didn't.
And it's got to have some teeth for people for it to be enforced too, because reasonably, if you wanted people to see you, you'd just be at the beach. Yeah. But if you're in your own pool, it's like, okay, I'm not.
I don't want people seeing my tan lines.
No looky-loo. Well,
my hairy back.
Or people don't want tan lines, so that's why they have their backyard pool.
Let me fix those tan lines before I bring them public and out in front of everybody. All right.
Way to make it weird.
This is a story. Oh, we're about to make it weird.
Oh, yeah, this is...
We're talking about the Lolita Express tonight.
Don't get so excited.
Well, so this Epstein story is obviously huge. It has captured the nation's attention, the world's attention, I would say, as Prince Andrew
is finding out.
Submit. So the notorious plane owned by Jeffrey Epstein right now, do you know where it is at home? Anybody? I know you know. It is rotting in a scrapyard in Georgia right now.
It's crazy to me.
Right? Yeah. Like this plane that has been
shouldn't it be evidence?
Evidence? Well, you'd have to prosecute people for it to be evidence.
Well, I mean,
and they don't do that in this case. According to the DOJ files, many famous, powerful people have been on that plane. And so our sister station, kudos to this guy. His name's Eric Avenir. Our sister station.
He got after it.
He got on the Lolita Express. Take a look.
This Boeing 727 aircraft, which is now sitting in a Southeast Georgia scrapyard, was at one time owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, we know this because of the FAA registry number on the tail that reads November 908 JE. JE stands for Jeffrey Epstein. According to the Epstein report, Very powerful, well-known people traveled on this aircraft all over the world. The report also states that many of Epstein's victims were also ferried on this aircraft.
Though my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light.
According to the Epstein files, former President Bill Clinton rode on this airplane more than once. These are the two photos from the Epstein report that were taken inside the plane. Following a closed-door testimony to Congress about his relationship with Epstein, Clinton released this video statement.
I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do. I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong.
According to records, shortly before Epstein was arrested on federal sex crime charges and later died by suicide, he sold the aircraft. At some point, this aircraft will be totally ripped apart.
All right, so good work there by Eric, that reporter.
I did not know that that thing was sitting somewhere just rotting. I mean, it's in okay condition considering what you saw on the inside, but the outside looked like it had been torched or something.
Yeah, and I don't want to take it lightly. Pretty horrific things where it sounds like there was a bed on that plane, a shower on that plane. Some of these victims have said that terrible things have been done on that plane, and it traveled to his island. It took celebrities and presidents and famous people all over the world.
And some of the people aren't denying that they were on the plane. They are just denying that they did anything or knew anything bad was happening.
Yeah, and
they were on it.
And who knows, right? Yeah. Like, you know, you can't say one way or the other unless somebody witnessed something or if there were video from that plane.
Yeah.
So anyway, very interesting to actually find out that Jeffrey Epstein's plane is there in a Georgia scrapyard.
Okay.
Crazy, right?
All right. Well, stay with us because we have much more ahead. You know how we love teachers here and they work so hard. There's a growing number of teachers who now have to have side hustles in order just to do their jobs. Does that not make you mad?
Yes.
I'm upset. We're upset. Let's talk about it when we come back. All right, welcome back to News 6 Tonight, everyone. All right, now we're going to get to the portion of the show that is really more family friendly, but still. If
you have the kids in the car, now you can
turn the volume
take the earmuffs off. There you go.
I love teachers. They are special people. I feel like we should pay them like we pay athletes. Unpopular opinion for some people. But we're finding out more and more teachers have to have side hustles. We already know that teachers, to decorate their classroom and to have students have their supplies, teachers dip into their own pockets, which aren't filled with cash, but they do it because they love the students and they want students to have a really good experience. You teach because you care, right? But a Gallup survey found that 71% of public school teachers hold at least one side gig. Now, being around a bunch of kids, 71%. Wow. You're around a lot of kids all day. That's exhausting. And then you have to go to another job where you probably deal with other people who are just as exhausting.
Yeah,
it's not as rewarding.
Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, of those teachers who do, the 71%, 85% work that extra job during the school year, not just over spring break or holiday,
summer.
Things like that. Yeah, so nearly a third say their second job has nothing to do with education. Some drive for rideshare services. They deliver food. They work in restaurants. After the school day ends, my heart just bleeds for them because they really everyone needs to have expectations of paying teachers a little bit better than that. Only 28% of teachers say they're living comfortably on their household incomes, and more than half say they are just getting by. Let's do better, America.
Yeah,
Let's do better.
Florida. I mean, we're not. They have raised starting teacher pay, but for those teachers who have been in the system for a long time, we're still pretty low on the totem pole. If you talk to teachers in other states, some of them can make six figures.
Yeah, they do. And they should.
Some of these states are California.
Of course, where the cost of living is expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, but still something to keep in mind because as good as our teachers are, that's as good as our kids are going to be.
Yeah,
I think.
For sure. Our future.
That's right.
It's in their hands.
All right. Well, another thing that gets us fired up around here, we can talk about HOAs all day. Gigi really doesn't like HOAs.
Listen, had some bad experiences.
I know you have.
One in particular.
Should get a couple of drinks in her, have her tell you about that.
What's with the drinking with you tonight?
I don't know why. It's Tuesday. Isn't that the big drinking day? All right. Florida homeowners.
Wow. You would not be able to hold this job down. Okay.
I think my boss watches this show. Florida homeowners may finally get the power to dissolve their HOA. So your HOA makes you mad, you get rid of it. You get your friends all together, take your pitchforks.
Sorry, DJ.
You
just threw a pen.
Actually threw it. This is a very wild show today.
It makes me ragey.
This story getting a lot of attention on clickorlando.com.
Thank you, DJ.
House Bill 657 filed in December. This bill outlines a clear process. Neighbors can petition to terminate the HOA. It requires signatures from half the members, so it's not just all willy-nilly here. You got to get half the members, 2/3 approval at a board meeting to make it happen. So if it happens, if it's approved, the boards liquidate their assets. They have to settle all their debts and distribute the remaining property among the members.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, you like that? It cleared its final committee unanimously. Now it's going to head to the full House. If it gets signed, that puppy goes into effect on July 1st.
I have a pen. But no power.
Yes.
No power at all. All right, we want to get to DJ's story when we come back after the break, so we want to give it a lot of time because it's another story that I got in a lot of trouble for saying a certain thing about one particular airport. I called it something, and they said, don't call it that.
Oh, okay.
When we come back.
If you could rename Orlando's airport, what would it be? That's what people are talking about right now in the comments of this News 6 Facebook post. The post reads, could Florida soon be able to rename Orlando International Airport? That links to an article on clickorlando.com. That article says a new bill has passed the Florida legislature and could give the state the power to rename major airports across Florida. As you can imagine, there were a lot of ideas thrown around in the comments. The top comment is from Alvaro and says, Walter Elias Disney. There is no other possible name to Orlando Airport. Pete says, since the airport used to be McCoy Air Force Base, I think we should just call it McCoy International Airport. It would only be fitting to pay tribute to the person who it was originally named after anyway. Christina says, change whatever you want. It's still going to be the Orlando International to me. Bill says, do you know how much renaming and rebranding costs? A lot. We have other issues. But what do you think? Does the airport need a new name? You can go to that QR code on the screen right now. It'll take you to our Facebook post where you can weigh in, and it'll also take you to the link to clickorlando.com where you can learn more about this bill.
DJ?
So I didn't know, as an outsider, never heard anyone say OIA before, and then I found out I'm wrong.
That's
I guess.
the debate between OIA and MCO.
That's how I got in trouble, and I would call it OIA. And I think we were doing a show one night, and somebody from MCO tweeted at you.
Yeah, they got pissed.
Yeah, like, don't call us OIA, we're MCO.
Right.
But like as an outsider, I was explaining to our editor, Mike Holland, who's I believe he's from Orlando, lived here his whole life.
He's been here forever, yeah.
He's like, no, it's OIA. And I was like, as someone from outside, MCO is, if you don't know, as a Disney person, MCO has like this aura to it. MCO is the start of the vacation. MCO, the carpet is iconic. MCO, like there are Disney, there are like Disney like influencers and stuff. They take that carpet pattern and they sell merch, shirts, hats, and stuff. Like the carpet is the start of the vacation. The
carpet is the start of illness. That's what
something special about it.
I can see dust coming from that carpet when I go through MCO.
MCO has aura.
I think they should sell the naming rights to these things and make some money off of it.
Well, yeah, if it's bringing money. Exactly. Because, I mean, why not? Yeah. But just don't call it OIA.
Apparently not.
That's all they want.
It's not what you say. All right, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow right here.
Bye.